Hi, I'm Niall from Gulfstream Boat Sales. This is a Zodiac Pro Open 650 rib, 6.5 meter rib powered by a Yamaha 150 horsepower outboard engine sitting on a SBS UK spec roller coaster road trailer. It has all the bells and whistles. This boat has got the filler cushions for the bow, it's got the bench seat for the rear, leaning post at the helm, fish finder on it, swim ladder, auxiliary outboard bracket, ski tow pole as well. It's a really nice example of one of these Zodiac Pro 650s. We're going to take a walk around it now. We're going to show you the condition that it's in. We're going to show you all the features inside it and hopefully help you to figure out whether this might be the right boat for you. The Zodiac 650 is about 21.5 foot long. It's got a beam of just over 8 foot. It has nice big chunky tubes on it. The tube diameter is 58 centimeters, so a nice big chunky tube. It's got a very deep V on the keel as well. It's got a 24-degree dead rise at the transom. So it is a proper seagoing rib. It's actually category B offshore rated to carry, I think, 5 passengers. And then it's category C rated for something like 8 or 10. So that means you can basically carry more people if you're inshore, but this thing is cat B rated. They are a proper seagoing rib. Nice high prow on them, big chunky tubes, very stable in the water, and they really do plow through rough weather with ease. So if you're looking for a coastal boat that you can go out in safety, this is a great, if you're looking for a good solid rib, this is a great starting point. Nice handy to manage size as well. 150 HPDI, high pressure direct injection engine, is going to be economical to run. Doesn't take much to get this boat up on plane. Probably going to be good for about 40 miles an hour or so with that outboard. And it's sitting on a good trailer, roller coaster trailer, which means it's very easy to launch and recover, even if you're launching off a beach. Single axle, it's easy to manage. The whole package is only about 1,600 kilograms all up weight. It's on a 1,600 kilogram trailer, so you can tow this behind most family cars as well. This particular example has never actually been kept in the water, so you can see it's still the original finish on the gel coat on the hull bottom. It's never been anti-fouled. It has always been launched and recovered. So the history of this boat is that it was first sold in the UK by Bob Spalding Marine. That's the sticker on the engine anyway, so we think it was Bob Spalding sold it originally. The current owner is based in the Republic of Ireland. He bought the boat, I think, around 2016 or something like that, from Morgan Marine in the UK, and it's been in Ireland ever since. It's been garage kept every winter. It's been serviced by Inland Inflatables in Sligo. There's a good service history file and stuff on it, and everything's with it. All the wee bits and pieces that quite often can go missing on a boat like this, they are all there. So 2001 boat, there's about 400 hours on the clock. It was plugged into Inland Inflatables in June of last year, and it had 380 hours. So owner estimates no more than 400 currently on it, and it's in really nice condition for the age. So taking a walk around the tubes, you can see got the Pro badge on it. It's got big chunky rub rails, Hypalon tubes on this thing. Hull bottom is in good condition. There's a wee bit of sealer on this. This is a deck drain. It's a bit cruddy looking, just needs renewed there. But I think that's might be a vent actually, a tank vent or something. But other than that, the hull bottom's in great shape. No damage or anything on the bottom of the keel. Gel coat's great. The Zodiacs have a great system for attaching the tubes to the hull. They actually have a channel. The thing slides up into the channel, so you don't actually, you're not going to get the tubes separating from the hull. I really do like the Zodiac tube system. Makes it very easy to take tubes off. If you have to do a repair or something, you can pull the whole tube off, put it back on again. It's pretty straightforward. We have done it before. You've got your grab handles, sort of rope here all the way down, grab handles. Everything on the tubes is present and correct. None of this stuff is lifting at the corners. Zodiac badge back here. The end cones as well are in good condition. I think the owner did tell me he had these renewed a couple of years ago as well. There's an invoice in the file for that. So both the end cones were renewed and they're in good shape. So down along that port side, boat looks to be in very good order. Up at the bow, there's no trailer damage to report either, which is good. It's always a sign of a careful owner, particularly on a boat that's launched and recovered, trailer sailed. So trailer hull is in good shape down along this starboard side. All looks good. Tubes as well are in good condition. A few wee marks here and there, a wee bit of mildew stains and stuff, but nothing bad at all. Bow rails are in good condition there. Up forward, you got your nav light integrated up at the front of that one. Again, all the grab rails and handles down along this starboard side are also in good condition. No marks or damage on the tubes that I can see. Zodiac badge back here is good as well. And that end cone just recently replaced on this side as well. So the exterior looks the part. With a beam of 8 foot, nice and broad here at the transom. So there's room. Again, you see how stable this boat is. The big deep V 24-degree dead rise at the transom is what delivers all the seat keeping for this boat. And it sits nice and stable in the water with big tubes. You've got a folding 3-step boarding ladder, stainless steel with teak treads on the port side. We've got this outboard bracket arrangement. It looks like a custom made or homemade one, but stainless steel, a big solid bit of hardwood to hang your outboard on, so you can put a backup engine on there. And then you've got the big engine in the center, Yamaha 150 horsepower, high pressure direct injection. So direct injection 2-stroke engine. Bob Spalding Marine sticker on it. The engine's 2001, as is the boat, 2001. So it's the original package. There is a good service history in the file. Was last serviced in June of 2022. And the owner reckons it's only done maybe 10 or 20 hours max since then, probably more like 10. It's fitted with a stainless steel 3-blade prop. Let's see if I can see a prop size on here. Yeah, 19. So a 19 pitch prop. Prop is in good condition. And shaft looks nice and straight. Skeg has a couple of wee minor marks on it, but nothing too major. All looks super original, this thing. It hasn't been painted, hasn't been interfered with. Nice original engine. The owner was telling me it is obviously a high pressure direct injection, so oil injection 2-stroke. But as they get a wee bit older, it's sometimes a good idea to run a wee bit of a premix through them as well. So I think the owner runs 100-to-1 premix or something through the engine. But we'll take the hood off now and show you underneath the hood as well. Okay, so this is what it looks like underneath the hood. Again, a boat that's been trailer kept, never lived in the water. So it does look very clean and tidy underneath here. It looks totally original as well. No spanner marks in any of the cylinder head bolts or anything, you know, so this has never been opened up. All the gasket surfaces, everything look original as well. Spark plugs look like they're brand new. All your coil packs and stuff back here. Same story over on the other side here. This is your little oil reservoir here, the engine mounted one. There's another oil reservoir lives in the boat that feeds that. Fuel supply module, fuel filters nice and clean as well. Fuel condition looks perfect. This was all replaced on the recent service as well. That wee seal has just popped off as I've lifted the hood off. Just fix that back on again. So yeah, nice clean tidy engine. As I said, it was last serviced in June of 22. At that time, the hours were red and it was like 370 or something. It was well under, the owner's confident that it's currently less than 400. We unfortunately don't have the Yamaha software, so we can't plug in, but we're confident that it's less than 400 hours in this motor. And the condition of that is what I would expect to see on an engine with those sort of hours, this sort of age, and that has that solid service history. So there you go, that's what it looks like under the hood. So taking a look on board, this is where these 650 Pro Opens come into their own, in my opinion. They've got such a great layout. For a 6.5 meter boat, they're not a huge boat. As I said, they're fairly easy to manage, fairly easy to tow and launch and recover, but there's room to accommodate a lot of passengers on board, and it's a very versatile deck as well. So you've got this rear bench seat with the backrest. This is all removable, so you can strip that out if you're looking to fish or something off the boat. Fixed leaning post at the helm, which is the best option, I think. I think that's better than helm seats, particularly on this boat. And then forward, there's removable sun pad, cushion up on the anchor locker, flat deck, totally flat deck in there, room for an igloo cool box underneath the leaning post as well, and a good big helm console too. So let's jump on board and show you around in a bit more detail. Starting at the aft end, we've got this full width bench seat. So that'll easily accommodate 3 or 4 people across the stern. You've got these backrests that slot into the rod holders actually. So these rod holders double up as holders for the backrest. So if you're just going out with the family, you want to accommodate everybody, you want everybody to have a sort of comfortable seat, you can put the backrests in, put the bench in, and away you go for a day trip. You'll actually even get a bit of protection for the helm console whenever you're sitting back there. But if you're heading out just, you know, on a fishing trip or something, or you're just doing a lot of water sports, you want more deck space, you can take all those cushions away and run with the boat, just the clear deck at the back. So nice, clever design on this thing. It's also got the removable ski pole. So that's the original factory ski pole. So you can ski tone point up here. So you get a bit of extra height, bit of elevations, helps people get out of the water. If you're looking to pull a mono skier out of the water, or if you're doing a bit of wakeboarding or something, that's all good. It's got these stabilizers, all stainless steel, everything's super solid and in good condition. We've got cable steering on this here. We've got our cable trunking is all in good condition. You get your little primer bulb for the fuel there. That whole well at the back of the transom is in good shape. You've got these aluminium cleats either side for tying up on the jetty. You got a wee socket for an anchor pole light there as well. Whenever you're not using the backrests, all the wee covers for the rod holders are all present and correct. So you can close those off and it stops any water getting down in to the inner bilge. So the condition of this boat, actually, it has to be said, for a 2001 boat, this thing is in fairly exceptional condition. You can tell it's been kept indoors and really sort of looked after and cared for. Even the fact that all this stuff is still there, because there's lots of bits and pieces to this boat. It's very easy for them to go missing. But the owner has been fastidious in keeping everything present and correct. So you can pull that seat out of the way. I think there's a wee, like a support or something goes in there. But you pull that out of the way, you can get access into the inner bilge here. This is actually a bit of storage space. You've got your fuel pre-filter in there. Again, fuel condition is immaculate. That's a brand new filter in June of last year. You've got your battery isolator switch down in there, which we will turn on in just a second. Battery there, Yamaha oil tank there. So big capacity for your oil tank, so you're not having to fill that up all that often. Self-bailing deck on this boat, so you got your deck scuppers here, goes to a couple of drains on the transom with one-way valves, so the water will drain out of the boat. You can unpop this spoil here, and another wee popper there actually. All the wee clips and poppers are all working as well. That folds up. You can slot that off there, just slide it out of the track, so if you want to put those away you can. And then a little storage bin, just storage container. And it's a bit easier, I find, getting the battery isolator switch from here, because there's the isolator switch right there. So just reach down in and turn the batteries on. So that's us powered up. Little small cup holder there as well. So pop that back down again. Also, we've got storage underneath this bio. He's got the same system. Wee storage bin, you can pop that out for filling your oil into the oil tank. And there's the builder's plate. Just want to check the capacity. So 5 people capacity for category B. 10, sorry, down there. So 5 and 10. 10 people it'll carry at Cat C. So see, this is your category C builder's plate and your category B builder's plate. So there you go. You can carry up 10 people around the coast. And if you're heading offshore, she's rated for 5. Leaning post here, also in great condition. This is all the original upholstery. It's all in really nice shape. Real comfortable leaning post. Nice big chunky aluminium affair, through bolted to the deck. It is super solid. It's got this handrail that wraps around the back so your rear seat passengers can hang on there. Or if you've got passengers standing behind the helm, they can hold on here. Another 4 rod holders in here as well. And then this little dedicated storage position for the Igloo cool box. There we go. Igloo cool box with a drain in it as well. So you can fill that with ice. Fire your picnic in there whenever you're heading out for the day. Okay, let's take a look around the helm. So I'm sitting on top of the console here. You've got this little bar with a wee tread plate there, so you can sit up on the console. I can easily reach the steering wheel. I can easily reach the throttle, and I'm looking over the top. Just about sort of in line with that bar, depending on what way I sit. But this is you're centrally located in the boat as well, because the steering position is offset to port on this console. You're right bang in the center line of the boat, which I like as well. So if you're out in the boat on your own, it's going to be nicely balanced. There's room to move past the console there. There's room for somebody else to sit here beside you. If I'm standing then at the console, you've obviously got good visibility over the top of the screen. Got this grab rail all the way around the console as well, so you can hang on to that. Your forward passenger can hold on to that. And then the helm station itself is fairly basic, but it's got all you need here and room to install additional electronics if you so wish. So let's key on. So you got a fuel gauge. What do we have over here? Tacho, Yamaha Tacho. Engine RPM, oil level gauge here, shows you the quantity of oil in your oil tank, so that's good. And then your trim gauge as well, shows you the trim angle on the engine. That might be a wee bit sticky, those wee things do stick, so we'll have a wee look at that. This is your fuel gauge, and then you've got your speedo here as well, Yamaha speedo, and trip and stuff. It gives you time, battery volts, fuel gauge as well there. No, this is the digital. Yamaha fuel gauge does not work. That's redundant because you've got this analog fuel gauge. So there you go. So you can reset your trip and all that sort of stuff. So it's just the basic Yamaha digital instruments. And then we've got a little Garmin GPS map 168 chart plotter, little GPS system. Let's go here. Page. Quit. It's a wee bit old, this thing now, but it does appear to be working. Gives you a depth readout as well, so it's combination depth sounder and chart plotter. There you go, it's found its position. There you go, really black and white sounder. It's fine. You could maybe update that. Has picked up position here actually. Knows where it is. So that's working. And I can hear the transducer clicking away on the transom, so it's obviously working as well. So listen, it's reliable little unit. There's, as I said, there's room here to either flush mount or pedestal mount a more up-to-date system if you want. There's room to put a VHF radio on there if you wish as well. Throttle and shift falls easily to hand. You've got a nice stainless steel steering wheel. Steering is nice and light. We've got switches then for a bilge pump and navigation lights. That nav light up on the bow there, you can see that coming off and on as well. Everything's working here. Little pocket there for something, and you've got a little storage, well, quite a big storage bin in there actually. So you can fire phones and wallets and stuff like that in there. It's going to keep it nice and dry whenever you're underway. That whole helm console flips up and there's a pile of storage underneath as well. We'll do that in a wee minute also. Then up forward, we have the sun pad cushions all set out here at the moment. So basically everything from the helm console forward is cushioned. This is all the original Zodiac cushions. Again, they're in perfect condition, probably never been used. The owner had to go and drag all this stuff out of his garage. You can see there the supports for it. You've also, even with it in position, you can use that then as storage space, but you're probably only going to use that on really good days, you know, where the kids want to do a bit of sun lounging or whatever. They're all totally removable, and then you've got, you know, flat, non-slip, non-skid decking underneath. So I'll pull the cushions up out of the way, show you the deck now as well. With the filler cushions removed then, you've got this nice big deck area up here. Again, all totally flat deck on this boat, which is good. And lots of usable space, so you can fire water sports gear here or whatever, or dive bottles if you want to do a bit of diving or something. This is what the actual cushions look like here, so this is how they're put together. So you've got these clips, these stainless steel bars that go into the brackets on the bow, and whenever you pull that all apart, they hinge there in the center, so they fold closed. So all really well designed and thought out. And just look at the condition, like there's the original Pro Open 650 labels and things on them. Like all the wee clips, these wee plastic clips and everything, they're all perfect. So it shows you how well cared for the whole thing has been. You've got this cushion then, that stays there, or you can, again, just pop it off, and you've got this anchor locker underneath. So with a decent looking anchor there, but a chain, galvanized chain, storage bin there, fuel fill point here, so your fuel filler there as well. So, and that's recessed down in its own wee pocket with the wee drain. That's the little drain actually that we saw outside that needs a wee bit of a sealer put around it. But that's just in case you have any spillage, any fuel spills, it doesn't run onto the deck, it just goes overboard. So quite a neat wee setup as well. So that's all in good condition. Hinges and clips and catches all perfect. These stainless steel bow rails are also in perfect condition as well. We saw the wee nav lights working, and you've got a forward cleat up on top of this bow rail for tying up as well. So that's in addition to your 2 aft cleats. All in great shape. This is access down into lower bilge area. All nice and clean and tidy. That's massive, actually. There's piles of room in there. So you can access it by hinging the whole helm console forward. But if you do want to just grab it, reach in, grab items out without having to stop the boat and flip the thing forward, you can reach down in there. Waterproof seal. It is probably fairly watertight down in there. Fuel tank there at the front lives underneath this panel here, so it's not, if you do ever have to clean your fuel tank or anything, it's a plastic tank, which is a really good thing, especially in a boat of this age. You don't want a metal tank that's potentially going to perforate. But if you do have to access the tank or remove it for servicing or anything, you see this panel here, you can just unscrew that, lift it up. You know, it's like a modular sort of design. It's really well thought out, and it means that it's really easy, an easy boat to own, easy boat to maintain and look after. Let's flip this console up and show you underneath. Okay, that was easier than I remember, actually. This is the first time I'm spending any time really poking around this boat. There was one, I sold one of these before, and I think there was something about this that was not as nice as this. This one's super handy. You just pop those 2 clips, and the whole thing lifts up on these 2 gas struts and stays open as well. So it's really not a big deal to open this hatch. So you can get down in here. You've got a little base tray in there, so it's the stuff, your stuff isn't going to be like literally sitting on the bottom of the build. So if there is a wee tiny bit of water in the bottom of the V, your stuff's all above it. So it's going to be, your gear's going to be dry. There's your fuel tank. There, you can actually visually inspect the level, and it said plastic tank, super, low maintenance. Then your cable trunking for your control cables and things going down to the outboard. All the stainless steel hardware for mounting the hinges and stuff, all the clips and catches are perfect. The gas struts are working. This is a really clean and tidy rib. Rubber seal on there as well to stop any water splashing on the deck, running down in there. Nice big chunky lip as well. Again, it's going to stop any water getting in there. So everywhere you look in this boat, you know, behind the scenes, on the deck, the upholstery, the fixtures and fittings, they are all in an exceptionally good condition. It is a really nice example and a real credit to her previous owners. As I have been putting this filler cushion, the sun pad, back together again before I get out of the boat, I've realized I think you're supposed to have this leg totally vertical because it gives a wee bit of an angle to the pad. And this thing's super solid, you know, you can stand on it, walk on it. You know, it is a really nice system, easy to use, and works really well. There you go, another note about the sun pad. This is the paperwork pack that the owner has provided with the boat. So there's some engine spares in there, there's spare keys, there's 2 sets of keys with this boat, there's a spare, there's this trailer winch handle because they have a habit of falling off, these quick release ones. So he keeps it safe in there. Spare valve for the tubes. So wee collection of spares, and then a bunch of paperwork for it. Owner's handbooks and manuals, the original handbooks, the engine handbook, the original key number made a note of, the chart plotter handbook, checklist of everything that was there with it, receipts for a service in 2018 from Inland Inflatables, and then obviously that wouldn't have got a lot of use during COVID. And then there's a receipt there from a service in June 2022 when it was last serviced, and it's only done a few hours since then. So all the bits and pieces all there, again, sign of a very fastidious owner. This boat is being sold complete with the SBS single axle roller coaster road trailer that you see it sitting on. The boat came up from Dublin on this trailer, towed, no problem at all. The bearings are good. I even think the brakes are working on this thing. But we need to double check that. There is a spare wheel with it also. 1600 kilogram trailer. It does have a very long drawbar on it, which the owner likes because it means whenever he's launching it, even if he's on the beach, with the combination of the rollers and the long drawbar, he does not have to get his car wet. So that is good. Just makes it a wee bit more awkward for storage, but handy for launching. And that is included in the advertised asking price if you're comparing this boat to other ones that have either crappy trailers or maybe no trailers. And you ever priced up a trailer like this, you know you'll know that there's like 3 or 4 grand for something like this, or at least 4 grand probably. So the fact there's a decent trailer sitting under it is an added advantage. So there you go, that is our 2001 Zodiac 650 Pro Open with the Yamaha 150 horsepower HPDI outboard and all the extras, the ski tow pole, the sun pad cushions, the cool box, the GPS chart plotter, the SBS roller coaster road trailer, all the bits and pieces. There's also a big cover for this boat as well. I didn't talk about like a big storage cover. So it's a really nice one. It's a totally honest and original boat, very genuine boat, has been well looked after, garage kept, well serviced. It's all there. I think it's obvious from going around the boat, the condition that it's in, it has been really well looked after. I also think they are a fabulous boat as a model. They're so versatile. You can use them for family day trips. The kids can swim off the back of it. You can do water sports with them. You can go out fishing, and you can bomb around the coast as well in some really lumpy, nasty weather. So they are a very good boat. This one is a very nice example, and it's very seriously for sale. If you're looking for a nice, clean, honest family rib, it's not going to break the bank to either buy or maintain, this boat is well worth a look. You're welcome to come and see it at any time. If you've got any questions about the boat, if you want to organise a sea trial or a survey, please don't hesitate to get in touch. The best way to do that is by calling the number at the top of the webpage, or you can send me an email to sales@gulfstreamshop.com, or you can fill out the callback request form on this page of our website, and I will contact you at a time that's convenient. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch the video. I hope you found it useful.